From what we read, you have had strange and mysterious. From what we read, you have had strange and mysterious experiences. Is this kundalini or something greater? And we read that you consider so-called process you have undergone to be something sort of expansion of consciousness. Could it be instead self-induced, psychosomatic thing caused by tension? Is not case consciousness put together by thought and words? Somebody is interested in this, so I must answer it. From what we read, from what we read, you have had strange and mysterious experiences. Is this kundalini or something greater? And we read also that you consider the so-called process you have undergone to be something sort of expansion of consciousness. Could it be instead a self-induced, psychosomatic thing caused by tension? Is not case consciousness put together by thought and words? You are interested in it? Sikoro. Of course, this is much more exciting than desire. I wish we would be simple about all this. Kay apparently has had various experiences. They may be a psychosomatic, induced by tension, or pleasurable projection of his own desires, and so on. In India, the word kundalini has a great meaning. They have written books about it, and several claim they have awakened that sky. I won't go into it all. Don't be mesmerized by this word. A kind of release of energy, so that that energy is inexhaustible. That's the meaning of that word. But it has other meanings and different types of. Just the fact is to awaken the energy and to let it function completely. And so-called process may also be imagination and so on. Do all these things matter? One is able to read other people's thoughts. They are experimenting with that in Russia. I mean, Andropov can read Mr. Reagan's thought. Or Mr. Reagan can read Mr. Andropov's thoughts. You have, then the game is over. And if you can read my thoughts and I can read your thoughts, then life becomes terribly complex and rather tiresome. They have experimented this in Duke University in America. They have proved telepathy exists, that thought can control matter, and so on. This is the old Indian tradition. Perhaps Kay has done some of these things, but is this all important? It's like having a good bath, right? After a hot day, having a good, clean, healthy bath with clean towel and good soap. But at the end of it, you're clean. What matters is that you are clean, right? It put all this at that level. You understand? Don't give this all this importance. It's not important. Kay has been through all this. He knows a great deal about all this. Don't wake up suddenly. But he treats all this as not necessary. There's the energy which is being misused by us, right? In fights, in quarrels, in pretensions, trying to say mine is better than yours, right? I have reached this platform, and so on. That is far more important to inquire why human beings behave as they do now. Not all this triviality. This is triviality. We have discussed this matter with all the people, some of the people, who claim all this awakening. You know, you have a little experience, and then you set up shop. You understand? You know what that means, setting up shop? Oh, I have a little experience of this kind, and then I become a guru. I'm in business then. I have disciples, I tell them what to do, I have money, I sit in a posture, and I'm very, you follow? All that tummy rot. So one has to be terribly careful of one's own little experiences. Right? But what is important, really important, is to find out sanely, rationally, logically, how you waste your energy by conflict, by quarrels, by, you follow, fear and pretensions. When all that energy which is being wasted is not wasted, you have all the energy in the world. As long as your brain is not deteriorating through conflict, through ambition, through strife, fighting loneliness, depression, and all the rest of it which you have gone into. When the brain is free of all that, you have abundant energy. But if you release some kind of little energy, then you do an infinite harm to others. Right? Is this question answered? Can we go on to the next? So please don't fall into the trap of those gurus who say, I know, you don't know, I will tell you. There are various centers in America, and probably in Europe and India, where one or two people are saying, I have awakened this peculiar stuff, and I'll tell you all about it. I'll teach you. You know the good old game. It all becomes so trivial. When man is fighting man, the world is degenerating, disintegrating, you are talking about footling little experience. And also the questioner says, is not case consciousness put together by thought? As every consciousness with its content is the result of the movement of thought, right? Your consciousness with its content of fear, belief, loneliness, anxiety, sorrow, of following somebody, having faith, saying my country is more highest culture and all that business, is part of your consciousness. It's what you are. Right? If you are free of that, then you are in a totally different dimension. It's not expansion of consciousness. It is the denying of the content of consciousness. Right? Not expanding, becoming more and more self-centered. Right? Let's go to the next question.